Good evening, folks, and welcome to the 2024 Backyard Summer Classic Championship game between the Classics and the Mile High Mountain Goats. This matchup is one that is storied in BCB lore. We've seen these teams face off in championships before. Back then it was Kai Taylor against Cole Kober. Now it is Kai's brother Cody Taylor taking on the assignment. Cole has come back to lead this Goats roster. Plenty of storylines here. 3 MVP candidates in this one. Cody Taylor for the Classics, and then Cole Kober and first-round pick Ben Rogges for the Goats. This is high-octane basketball, folks. Both these teams are physical. Both these teams know how to get it done. That's why they're in the championship. Let's see how things shake out here. Ball's checked in to Morrison. They get it over to Starsnick. Starsnick's 3-ball up. Couldn't rim it home. Rogges on the rebound. Now it's Cole. Cole to Rogges. Rogges through traffic. Couldn't finish the layup. Taylor out to Morrison, who clears. Joe looking for a feed. Bounce pass into Taylor, who's inside the key, working on Rogges. Good defense. Up, no good. Rogges tips the board. Langtat quick out to Starsnick, who gets it to Taylor. Taylor, 3-ball is up, no good. Dylan bats it back out to the captain. He's trying to track it down, but he can't keep it in. That's going to be Goats ball. Rogges to check it up. The Classics employing that zone they've been using in this playoff run so far. Rogges with Morrison on him, backing down the much bigger Morrison. Rogges falling away, tough Jimbo, no good. It's Morrison's ball now. Top of the key. Working on Langtat. No good. Good defense from the Goats. Tipped into the hands of Cody Taylor. Cole Kober couldn't get it. What a dish into Joe Morrison to open the scoring in this championship bout.
Let's go, Joe.
Inbound on the way from Rogges. Now Kober. Straight down to Rogges with contact, count the bucket. Benny Boy getting things going here early. He's been the leading scorer for this Goats team. He's got a very fundamental mid-range jumper to go along with great strength on the interior. He can rebound well, he can play defense, really does it all. His brother tonight in attendance, Alex Rogges, is here as Ben gets 3 points the old-fashioned way, takes the 1-point lead for the Goats. Morrison on the block. Up and good by Joe. Too big, too powerful. Joe checks back up. They're still in the zone look. Langtat. Morrison contesting the Cole Kober floater, but it won't matter. Well done by Cole. He finds a way to get it done. It isn't always pretty, but that's kind of his brand. 6:43 left, 5-4 lead. Taylor. Taken away by Rogges. Whipped over to Kober. Downhill, working on Starsnick. Step through in the lane, contact, no whistle. Taylor clears. Kober's not happy, but got to keep that mind in the game. Cody, behind the back dribble. Double team comes. Whips a no-look feed to Morrison. Thinks about it. Steps into his mid-range, and it's the first wedgie of the ship. We've seen a few of those so far. It's always fun. We're going to get a jump ball and a possession arrow switch. Ayush with the bunnies. Yeah! They boost him up. Yeah! Clip it! So now we're back underway after Ayush made it happen. Rogges back to Kober. What a feed to Langtat, and Langtat makes good. 7-4 lead for the Goats. Taylor, Classics, looking to get things going on offense. Starsnick extending his range. Offside iron. Morrison trying to get it back up to Starsnick. Does so. Pump fake. Dylan through the lane. Up and good off the window. Starznik gets himself going early here as well. Kober, Rogest, working inside, poked away by Dylan, taking into the hands of Joe. Starznik's open. Starznik thinks about it back up top Morris, and they slow things down. Dylan puts a jumper up. It's long, right into the hands of Cody Taylor. Predestined. Cody muscling his way through. It's good defense by the Goats, but Cody will not be denied.
Yeah, Cody!
Cole getting chirps from the crowd. What a feed by Kober, rejected by Taylor. The weak side help, too much for the Goats. Morrison backing down, gets on the right side of Langtat, on his own board, up and good. They call it on the ground before the shot. Classics aren't gonna like that one, but you can see where referee Max Gasser was coming from. Maybe so. 8-7 is the lead for the Classics, up by 1. Get it into Starznik. Now Dylan's commanding the offense. It's usually Cody Taylor calling out the sets. It's his straightaway 3 ball, misses right. Starznik hacking Kober, no call. Cole looking for an option. Rips a feed down low to Rogers. A bit of a miscommunication between the captains. Or pardon, between Cole and Ben. Good defense from Cody there as we get underneath the 4-minute mark in the first period. Dylan up top. Down through contact, rejected by Langtat this time. They're trading blocks here. Neither team willing to give up any sort of leeway. Morrison inbounding to Taylor. Hands all over him from Kober. Poked up. Cole couldn't keep it in. It's going to be Classics ball as Kober stepped out of bounds.
Some good banter between Cody and Cole Kober there. I love to see some good sportsmanship between Cody's brother's rival.
That's well done. Yeah, Cole knows this roster very well as he's played against the Classics on a number of occasions in very high-stakes games, such as this one. Kober up top, Langtat. Cody's on him. They float it down low to Kober. Has the size mismatch on Starznik, who pokes it free. Great defense again. Physicality by Starznik has proven to be a problem early doors for the Goats to deal with. Cody sizing up Rogest, seeing what he's got. Opts to go down low. Morrison backing down Kober. Kober flops no whistle, but into the hands of Rogest in the end. Now it's up top to Langtat. Back to Rogest. Open from range. Rims out. With under 2 minutes to go, it's just 8-7 now. Classics still holding on to that 1-point lead. Cody going downhill past Rogers. What a dish to Morrison. Through contact, no good. Kober gets the board. Cole Kober through the lane, up and good. The lanky take from Cole, all limbs, legs and arms flopping in the wind, gets that bucket to fall. 8-9, Goats lead. Morrison working on Kober. Morrison up, no good. Cody on the weak side gets ripped on the reach in from Kober. So it's going to be about 8-10 left as this ball comes in with a fresh clock for the Classics to work with. Starznik cuts through. Rogest has the Taylor assignment. Morrison. What a feed to Starznik on the cut. Gets it into Cody. Tipped up, no good, no whistle. It's going to be with the Goats. Ben can clear. Cole. Ready to go downhill. Spinning past Morrison. Trying to get physical. Looking for an option. Cole Kober. What did he just do there with 39 seconds to go? Cole snakes his way underneath the physical coverage from Morrison. In for the bucket, and we get a timeout called. The Goats, head coach recently minted Alex Rogers, the older brother of Ben Rogers, has come out for the championship to coach these boys. Out to all the Aussies down there watching. We got a lot of talented water polo players down there. Jake and Nate, say hi. Thanks for sticking with the stream. We appreciate our international viewers. Take us out. We'll be right back after the quick break. Ball back in, Cody manages to keep it in. 34 on the clock this time. Backing down, over Langtack. Cody Taylor, it's too easy. It's baby food down there as the Classics back down by 1, 11-10. 30 seconds on the clock, it's Goats ball up top. Kober, Langtack, back to Kober. Good cut from Rogest. Kober opts to keep, fakes the feed inside, spinning, a flurry of moves, up. Couldn't get it out the front rim, Cody Taylor gets the board. That can't be the shot they want to look for. Through coverage, as we are under 20 seconds to go, shot clock turned off. It's going to be 10 to go. Morrison sets one on Rogest. Cody trying to get free. Cody stepping back from 3 at the horn. Rims it out. Starsnick couldn't get enough juice behind it, and that's going to take us into our first period break with the Goats leading 11-10. In what has turned into a very physical, gritty defensive battle. We'll be right back with more action in this one after the break. Thanks for sticking with us on this championship night. Welcome back to this championship heavyweight matchup between the Goats and the Classics. Goats leading 11-10 in what was a very low-scoring first period. Both these teams not willing to give up any sort of room edgewise. Starsnick cutting through for Morrison, open key for him. Starsnick, motion offense coming all the way around, pump fakes. Trying to find an opening to get a pass off. Gets it down to Morrison, Taylor. On the baseline, Taylor spins, going the other way. Great hook pass out to Morrison, whose mid-range is pure. 2-point lead for the Classics, up 12-11. I don't think so. Rogest, ready to initiate the offense for the Goats. It's Kober, back to Rogest, right into that mid-range jumper. Alex Rogest, head coach on the baseline, clapping it up for his little brother. That's exactly how they drew it up. If there's one person you can count on for a quick catch-and-shoot midi, it's Ben Rogest. Good cut from Cody. Morrison through contact, up and good! Too big, too mean for Cobra to stay in front of Jomo as he goes to the line to complete the three-point play. These two teams have so much grit, so much heart as they bang in the post primarily. As Morrison's free throw bounces around, Cobra trying to track it down off of the Classics, and it's going to be Classics ball in the end. Staying with orange. Morrison. Elbow extended. Up to Starsnick. His three ball high arcer, no good. Harmlessly falls out of bounds. The Goats can look to reset here, down by 1. Rogest to Kober. Rogist. Cole's open from range. He won't pull those typically. Scoop shot up through the lane. Defensive rebound by Cody Taylor. Cody. In-out dribble. Backing down Langtat. Once the double comes, he'll kick. He's through on the 1v1. Taylor hacked on the head. He wanted to get the bucket up first. Unable to do so. He'll have 2 shots at the stripe. The ball is eluding him. 7:10 left in the second. Lead official across the baseline, Max Gasser, feeds it to Cody. Free throw is up and good. Second one on the way now as the Classics add a 2-point lead. Cody to make it 3. It's up and rims out. Langtat for 3, no hesitation. Off the heel, Morrison with a good rebound. 7 minutes to go in the second. Morrison thought about it and thought better as he holds on to it, trying to find a feed. Now it's Taylor. Late clock situation. Taylor's triple is no good as Langtat able to corral that one. Kober clears. Kober, head full of steam. Langtat open from range, way short, and that's going to be out of play. Classics ball. Timeout taken by the Classics with 6:26 to go. 15-13 remains the lead. 2-point advantage for the guys in orange. The Goats battling back. Getting a good talking to from head coach Alex Rogist on the baseline. This has been quite the bout so far. Both teams trading buckets. It's more of a defensive battle than an offensive one, though we've seen both these teams able to score a lot, but getting able to lock down defensively is the hallmark of a championship team. If you can get gritty, get nasty, win an ugly game in circumstances like this, Taylor outdoor, lights on at night, full house, full crowd. I'm in the lawn chair. We got Max Gasser on the whistle. No bigger moment than this. Both these teams, though, want it badly, and that's apparent. With 6:26 to go in this second period, still plenty to play for. It's been on Dillon's for 2 years, actually. Yeah. Morning. Giant. Bottle. The crowd loved it. 15-13, we're back underway. Classics still up. They've got the ball after the timeout call. Need more minutes in the game. Morrison up off the window, no good. Kober, Hank Schaff fighting. Hank Schaff fouled, and he's going to go to line shoot too. That gets the crowd fired up. That gets the people on their feet. Hank Schaff is determined to get a bucket. Schaff at the line, shooting 2. Crowd is silent for Hank Schaff. They love this guy. As need more minutes, rattles it home. Championship point for Hank Schaff. Hank couldn't get the second. He was sort of getting heckled there. The crowd was trying to support him, but in the end, it might have distracted him. Kober talking around the screen. Hank staying in front of Colwell. Hank playing great defense. Kober trying to get an opening. Hank Schaff defends him perfectly. It's going to be Goats ball up top, but how about the defensive effort from Hank Schaff? This crowd is loving the Hank Schaff minutes. Rogist Over to Kirsch. Hank's checking him. Kirsch turns it over. More good defense from Hank. New shot clock. Schaff is the outlet. Hank back to Morrison. Good feed. Morrison 3-ball, no good. Cody Taylor on the finish. 18-13 up by 5. Hank's turning these minutes into very productive ones. He's struggled to get himself into the game plan. But that's how you get in it, folks. It's not always about the box score. It's about effort. It's about heart. It's about impacting the games in intangible ways. Hank doing his best to make that happen here. He's hedging the screen. Hank Schaff doing well. Morrison with the bump. Rogest with some room. Met by Cody. Up no good. No whistle. Hank Schaff trying to rebound. Joe Morrison rips it out of his hands. Hank cuts through. Trying to open up the floor for Cody. Hank's got a post up, but they decide not to use it. Hank cutting across the baseline. He's going to clear up top. Morrison, drop step, left hand, contact, blocked by Coburn. The defense is physical as Hank Schaff up at the point. Pressing Coburn. Hank Schaff moving the feet. Trying to find an option. Good defense from the Classics. Rogers left open. Poked out of bounds. That's going to be Classics ball. Never mind, it's going to stay with the Goats, perhaps? It is going to be Classics ball. Rogers checks Salas out of the game, and Hank gets to keep his spot. Starsnick will be on the bench for now. Hank clearing out the key. Morrison. Working. Floats a pass up to Taylor. Taylor on the baseline. Double team comes. Whips a feed out to Morrison. Morrison's mid-range shot, no good. Hank follows it up. Hank on the offensive glass. Hank Schaff is here to play. He's not just a bench piece. He is the offense. Hank Schaff checks out to fanfare from the whole backyard. Wow. Rogest. Taylor checks him. Langtat's open. 3-ball. No good. Cole on the offensive glass. Trying to sneak a feed to somebody. Langtat dribbles in from the mid-range. Up off glass. No good. 20-13 is the lead for the Classics. Cody can clear. Morrison. Right block extended. Backing down Coburn. Wants to get to his left hand. Nice flurry of moves by Morrison. Gets the better of Coburn. 22-13. With under 3 minutes to go in the second, the Classics extend their lead out to 9. Langtat's triple answers back. Gets the Goats back where they want to be going. Cuts the lead down to 6. Nice back screen by Starsnick. Wants the cut. Starsnick downhill. Clearing out. Morrison sets one. Good feed from Morrison. Back to Taylor. Stolen away by Rogest. Ben looking at an opening. Now gets a switch on to Starsnick. That's the matchup he wants. Backing down. Ben Rogest through contact. No good. Coburn trying to tip it up and in. Rogest on to the end of it. 22-18. Down by 4 now. Goats chipping away. This crowd is lively. We are rolling deep, folks. There's standing room only for the majority of the backyard. Some folks in the back probably can't even see the action too well. Starsnick. Burst past Langtat. Bottled up, trying to find an outlet. Into the hands of Cody Taylor with 10 to shoot. Rogers pressed up on him. Morrison with a good seal, but it's lost out of bounds. Coburn claps it up for his good defensive pressure, forcing the turnover out of this Classics roster. Do a good job of taking care of the ball. 1:30 just about left in the second. Rogers to Coburn. Coburn dribbling downhill. Half spin. Down the lane. What a feed to Rogers! Cole Coburn, eyes in the back of his head, and Ben Rogers says thank you very much. The approximate estimation, including staff and everyone in the building, is 70 right now. This has to be a new record for us. Kyle Cordana with the insight. Starsnick Down the lane, Starznik no good. Batted out by Langtat to Kober. Kober, head full of steam, through the lane. Rejected by Cody Taylor. Sends that one back to where it came from. Goats can reset, no new clock.
Fourth consecutive sellout.
Wow, fourth consecutive solid championship. With 52 seconds to go, 22-20. Goats clawing their way back into this game. We're going to take the quick break with them as they go into the rest. We'll be right back with under a minute to go in the second. '70 strong in attendance according to Kyle Cordan. It could be up to 71 now. We've got many classic alumni as well. Michael Young, T.Y. Trill, Bijan Soltani. Plenty of friendly faces in the backyard for us tonight. Mueller, of course, with the trophy in hand as we're back in here. Langtat. 47 to go. Langtat pulls over Cody. Good contest. Cody high points the rebound. Able to clear. Almost, as he's hounded by Cole Kober. Taylor still up by only 2. This is a mismatch as Morrison spins through the lane, up and good. When Joe Morrison has that drop step going, it is almost impossible to stop. Clock stops at 30, 24-20 in this second period. Classics still sticking in this soft zone. Rogest into Kober. Kober trying to get free. Looks like they're into more of a man look now. Kober looking for an option. It's Rogest on the block. Rogest through contact. Rims out with 19 in the second. 24-20. Rogest at the line to shoot a deuce. Rogest has such fundamental mechanics at the charity stripe, similar to his mid-range game, as that one is up and automatic. Naturally so for Ben Rogest, who is still pushing for that MVP. 24-21 makes it a one-possession game, does Rogest. His second free throw is pure as well. Absolute money from the stripe. Crowd noise, bright lights don't affect this cat as he brings the Goats within 2. Morrison. Shot clock turned off. 10 seconds to go. Morrison with the fake, with contact, up, blocked by Kober. They clear. 4. Kober trying to fall away. Langtat the horn. No good. And that's going to take us into our third and final period here. 24-22. Goats still behind to the Classics. This game has been gritty. It's been wonderful. Everything we wanted from this one and more. We'll be right back for the final 9-minute frame. You don't want to miss this one, folks. Welcome back to the 2024 Backyard Summer Classic Championship. Third period, the decider in this one, Rogest. Jumper across the baseline is good. That ties us up at 24. This game has been a gross one. They've been playing great defense, but a very low scoring affair. Rogest there able to show some flair is still existing in this game. Morrison up and good with the contact. Joe Morrison got more spin on it than he could ever imagine. Just perched itself up on the heel and decided, you know what, I do want to go down. I do want to give Joe a three-point play. Morrison's free throw is pure as well. Extends the Classics lead back out to 3. 8:42 left in this championship game. Rogest. Jab steps on Starsnick. Sizing him up. Getting to his spot. Rogest. Foul on the way up. Couldn't get it to fall, but he's going to go to the line and shoot too. You know how automatic he is from this range. Rogest shooting the first. Up, no good. A rare miss from him. Rogest second. Back heel of the rim. An unfortunate empty free throw shooting run there from Rogest, who is usually money from the line. Plenty of game left to go. Only a 3-point lead for the Classics. Morrison muscles his way in for 2 again. He is too big. Kober having a very tough time keeping him under wraps down there. Morrison's issue has been getting these layups to fall. Maybe a little bit too much power off the glass. Issues here and there. But right now he is keyed in, determined to make something happen here. We have an official timeout with 8:10 left. Cade Neal taking over for Bradley Kishaba as apprentice custodian. Clearing out the court. Facilities management, always of paramount importance in the Classic. Back in with 8:10 to go. 5-point lead for the Classics. Taylor opting to wipe the ball off on the Rooks jersey of Henry Siegler. Taylor clearing off the court even more. Shows a dry smile. Even in a game as intense as this, we're all friends here. But not friends for the next 8 minutes as Kober. Scoop finish, no good. Taylor snatches away the rebound. They get the ISO, they clear out the side. Taylor working all alone on Kober, who's doing his darndest to stay in front. But you can't stay in front of that man, not when he's working like this, as Cody Taylor gets another 2-pointer at the cup. This is certainly a game of who wants it more. Cody Taylor has been in this situation before. He lost the championship last year to the Classics. A jump ball is called. That's true. Moeller is feeding me great information right now. Starsnick's been here before. He's won a chip with Kai. Hank won. Yeah, a lot of finals pedigree here. Cody Taylor lost to the Light Show last season in his rookie campaign. Of course, wants to get a chip done. As you see the banners hanging in the background. Classics won in 2019, won again in 2022. They would love to see another banner go up for 2024. Starsnick leaves it way short. That's going to fall out of bounds. And the heckles come loud from the crowd. This is big for the Goats to capitalize on, forcing almost a shot clock violation, a Dylan Starsnick air ball. Need to see if they can work something out here. Langtat's triple. Yes, it's good! Wanting the foul as well. Langtat brings it within 4. We're doing a lot of maintenance here. We don't see a lot of mid-game maintenance as the game is going to check in. Morrison. Backing down on Kober. Off-ball action, but it's a Cobra ISO with Morrison, who's up. No good. Morrison's board through contact, going with the right hand and good. Joe Morrison is beyond keyed in on the interior. Smoking layups, I don't know him, as Joe Morrison has not missed in a while. And those layups, they seem easy, but I can assure you they're not. With the contact, with the physicality on the spin, it's not easy. Cobra there, though, making it look easy as he brings the Goats back down by 4. About 5:30 to go. All the play for still. Taylor whips it over to Morrison. Cobra pressing up on him. They're just one ISO buckets. Morrison, all 3 Goats defenders in the key. Cody Taylor on the putback. For the neutral fan, this might not be the most exciting game, as there are not a lot of jumpers being made. But for the real hoop sickos, this is a lot of fun. Just pure back to the basket, grit, power, offense. Cobra, Morrison goes down, no whistle, Cole rolls it home. That's the first time I've seen Morrison go down like that. Maybe a little bit of a flop. I'll tell you what, though, when Morrison's backing down, you see a whole lot of those flops. No whistle this time. 35-31. Morrison's working. Eric loading help. Morrison splits the defenders. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2. 4:41, 35-31. Classics fighting tooth and nail to hold on to this lead. Starsnick checks up. Morrison. Sizing up Cobra into his jab step back. Now backing down. Langtat there for the double. They float it out to Starsnick. Starsnick back up top. Morrison. Cobra hits the deck looking for a pass off the midsection of Langtat, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be, I believe, Goats ball. A difficult possession indeed for the Classics. All credit to the Goats defense. Timeout taken by head coach Alex Rogest. He's the coach. Yeah, he came in for this game alone. So 3:58 to go, 35-31. Classics holding on to it. Head coach Rogest calls the break, and we will take a brief break with them as we wait for the final 4 minutes of this finals matchup. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, good stat.
Welcome back to this championship bout. Hank Schaff back into the game here. He's leading the game in field goal percentage. He is 1 for 1, I believe. Doing great work. What else? Rogest spinning away from Hank. He hacks Hank, or he hacks Rogest, pardon me, and it's going to have to count as a block, even though there was no whistle. So Hank is filling up the stat sheet in one way or another. Definitely was. Morrison, bleeding clock. This is exactly what the Classics did against the downpour. Using up the whole shot clock, Morrison goes off the window, and Cody gives him a fresh 20. Hank clears away. Taylor up, hooks it up top. Morrison thought about it. 10 on the clock. Hank is spacing it out. Morrison, tough shot, no good, and that's poked out of bounds by Taylor. It's going to be Goats ball up top. Shout out to Max Cassare across the baseline calling a very sharp game here. This is not an easy game to officiate, very physical, but he's keeping it under control. Rogest into Langtat. Rogest wants it back. Rogest rises up over Morrison, no good. Taylor gets the board. Schaff, top of the key, sets one. Now clears away. They still want that ISO post up. Morrison backing down on Kober. Up top, Schaff for three! Off front rim. Taylor couldn't haul it home. Now Rogest over to Kober. Langtat from range. No good. Kober gets hacked. Kober up. No good. Kober again gets the board. What a feed to Rogest. This Goats offense will not be denied. Showing great resolve, great offensive integrity. With just about 2 minutes to go, it's a 2-point game. Timeout taken by the Classics this time with 2:03 left. Can we get any other stat count-ups? With 2:03 left, this game has given us everything and more. This is more reminiscent of older Classics, particularly the 2019 one, where people weren't really shooting threes. It was more about who was the biggest player, and there are a lot of big players out here right now. Both teams just one timeout left. Eric Langtat leading the way from range on offense for the Goats with 3 threes made. They need to get him going again. Those back-breaking threes late in the clock, late in the game, can play a huge impact. 15 points for Ben Rogest. He's the leading scorer for the Goats. Meanwhile, the Classics getting a lot of offense from Joe Morrison. The Goats are opting to go alone with that matchup, 1v1 Kober on Morrison usually. They have lately started to bring help, particularly by way of Eric Langtat, but it might have been too little, too late. As Starznik inbounds. Morrison backing down on Kober. Kober took a bump, and it's an offensive foul. It's going to be Goats ball as Kober, look like he took a big swing there, hit the deck. 2-point game still. Clock's running. They got to get things going. Langtat, Rogest. Starznik's on him. Down to Kober. Rogest trying to get post position. They get it to him. Rogest with contact. Up and good. No whistle, but Ben Rogest is a machine. 35-35. If you wanted great hoops, guess what, folks? You got them. Starznik to inbound for the Classics. Morrison. They're trying to set that off-ball screen for Cody. They get him freed up partially. Rogest fighting with Kober, and they couldn't help to double-team Cody, who's up and good, retaking the 2-point lead, 37-35. Huh? Absolutely. Max Muller has the rally cap on, rooting for the Classics right in front of me. 1:11 to go. Kober. Rogest into his midi, ties it up at 37. Ben Rogest unconscious from mid-range. And they're going to wipe the sweat off the ball. Yeah, Maddie Spangler on the camera. Samo on the ones and twos. John and Jake on stats. Max G, Charlie Karagosian on the whistle. Ayush Malik on scoreboard. We've got our all-star crew out tonight. Of course, I am Will Wyman on the call. Thanks for sticking with us. Morrison trying to find Cody. Trying to space it out. Cody doing all he can to fight for position. What a spin from Morrison! Leaves Kober in the dust and takes the 2-point lead again. They're just trading twos here, back and forth, back and forth. Under a minute. Rogest back to Kober. Kober, they want to get it to Ben. Kober spins. Rogest trying to get position. Rogest open, but Kober goes alone. 43 to go, 39-39. The Goats have been unable to get a stop here, but they've been answering back on the offensive end. This game turning into a bit more offense, especially in this third period. Langtat loads up. They double Morrison, trying to blitz him. Starznik's the free man. His three ball, no good. Kober gets the board. Kober able to clear. He's getting hammered by by Taylor. Rogest working on Morrison. 10 on the clock. Kober thinking about it. They want to post up. Kober downhill. Out to Ragas. Poked out of bounds. And there's 2 seconds on the shot clock. Timeout taken by the Goats. Ragas again is sharp on it. Challenge what, bro? It's a verbal count. It's like a 1.8, if anything. 14 seconds to go. Oh boy. It's all good. So 39 to 39. Timeout taken by the Goats here. Both teams talking it over. All to play for still. All to play for still here, pardon me. That's the last timeout, I believe, for the Goats. They only have 2 seconds on the shot clock here. This means everything. A bucket here could win the game. A stop for the Classics could change everything. This is going to be about who's got the shot makers, who's got the gritty guys, who's got what it takes. It's going to be a 2-second shot clock. Goats don't have a lot of space to work with. I hope the Goats know, pardon me, how much time is left on this shot clock. 2 to shoot, 2 to shoot. They know, and I think I know where they're going. We're going to get a split screen, I believe, with Langtat and Ragas. They split it. Langtat is open. Langtat's 3-ball, fouled on the way up. Oh, they call a shot clock violation. We're having a little bit of miscommunication.
No one was on me on the offensive ball. Why did the whistle blow? I don't know.
We're having a little bit of miscommunication. Hey, guys, we'll talk it up. We'll talk it up. Back it up, back it up, back it up. I mean, the whistle came from Cargosi, and that was a bad errant whistle, but that is a really brutal mistake. The Goats are unhappy. I mean, there's nothing much we can do about it.
Sorry, Cole. Sorry, Bob.
So with 13 seconds to go, a bit of a miscommunication between officials and staff. We're not too sure how that ended up the way it did, but regardless, it's going to be Classics with the ball. Shot clock is off. 13 seconds can hold for the game winner. This is it, folks. Ball comes into Morrison. Morrison, isolated. Morrison calls on him alone. They're waiting. Taylor, tough shot on the baseline. Taylor for the win. No good. And this game is going to overtime, folks. Cobra is unhappy, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. And this game had overtime written all over it from the jump. 39-39. We're going to get a fresh 2 minutes on the clock. A fresh coin toss to go as well. And we'll be right back with more action in this overtime game. We'll have some stats for you, too. Thanks for sticking with us, folks. Do not want to miss the end of this one. All around with that. Welcome back to overtime. 19-5-3 for Ben Raugust, leading the way for the Goats. Head coach Alex Raugust checking in to make sure he does have one timeout left. What's that? Was that the Theragun?
Yeah, I just put it down and I think my game's
2 minutes to go. 39-39. Shaft checking in with the fans. The coin is sent into the bushes almost. Won by the Goats. Goats are going to start with it here. Now we're back for the beginning of the contest. Beginning of overtime, pardon me. Langtat, Kober, working past Starsnick. Very physical defense. Kober through traffic, up, no good. Kober gets wrapped up. Kober, he'll have 2 shots from the free throw line. First one is up and finds the friendly roll. That could be some retribution from the basketball gods for that errant whistle that didn't allow him to collect the offensive rebound at the end of regulation. Front rims it though, Cody Taylor. 1 point lead for the Goats. Joe Morrison calls out the mismatch. Up top Taylor, they reload it to Morrison. He's got the mismatch. Up top, Starsnick, naked from 3. You betcha! Dylan Starsnick takes the 2-point lead for the Classics. 3. No. What is happening? We're not sure quite what's happening. Oh, it sure was a wet ball from Dylan from 3. Now ball in for Kober. Starsnick hounding him. Poking it out of play. Who's going to keep it? It's going to be a kick ball. Goats ball up top. Goats down by 2. Max called it for Goats too. Langtat into Kober. Kober sets one. Langtat stepping into a midi. Up. Looks good. Is good. Tie ball game. 42-42, folks. Just over a minute to go. Morrison all alone on Kober. Double team comes from Langtat. Dylan pops out. Starsnick attacking the Langtat closeout. Starsnick, tough bucket. Who's clutch? DP star 10 puts the team on his back when it matters. 48 seconds to go. Classics up by 2. How's your heart rate, folks? Mine is through the roof. Raugust going downhill. Physical. It's a reach. It has to be. Raugust getting poked up top. Kober. Raugust wanting the reload. Kober, though. Ice water. Gives the crowd the stare down. 44-44. They're just trading buckets. In for Taylor. Now Morrison. 30 seconds to go in overtime. Starsnick, Morrison through traffic, no good. Kober trying to haul on the board, and Taylor ripped it through. A jump ball called. I don't hate the call, honestly. Kober's not happy about it, but it did get caught up in the air as Cody hits the deck. 26 seconds, Classics ball, possession arrow, goes back to the Goats. Hey, guys, relax. Relax, guys. Hey, keep going, Cole. Just got to eat it. Just got to eat it. 26 seconds. We're waiting for the inbound. And it comes in. Into Morrison. Dylan's the hot hand. Taylor's communicating well. They got off-ball action on the opposite block. They go up top to Starsnick. Starsnick through the lane. Starsnick up off the front rim. Raugust gets the board. Raugust cleared. 10 seconds to go. Timeout taken. Tied 44-44. The Goats have a chance to win it here. If you watched the first period and thought, man, this game is not fun, I hope you stuck around because they are playing all offense now. Hey, Max. Great whistle there. That's a tough call to make. Yes, Goats called the timeout. Goats ball. I think it's got to go into Ragas' hands. You got to think with Alex Ragas as the head coach now acting for the Goats, it will go into his little brother's hand. But we've seen big shots from Cole, from Eric, and from Ben. So you really pick your poison. It's almost too many cooks in the kitchen, but I do think that it should go to Ben Ragas. This game has had everything that we have to offer and more. Pure hoops, pure grit, pure passion. Strength, animosity, chirps, everything that you could ask for. Some questionable officiating, but that's what we love out here. If it was a perfect game, it wouldn't be the Classic. And with 10 seconds to go, we have a chance to see the Goats hunt for glory here. Is it going to be 2-time champs for the Goats or 3-time champs for the Classics? A win for the Goats would tie them in the all-time titles column with 2. Langtat gets it in. 7 seconds to go. It's in Ragas' hands. Ragas thought he got ripped, and it comes off his arm. There might have been an arm bar there. Timeout taken by the Classics with 4 seconds to go. That stings for Ben Ragas. All you can do now, though, is lock in and play D. Now the Classics a chance to talk things over. Really excellent defense. Could have been a foul. Enriquez wants everyone to know that it was Butterfingers. There is a foul in every single play. That's accurate.
What do you think?
I mean, there are a lot of options you could go here. Morrison has been operating on Cole, and they start him in single coverage. With 4 seconds left, is there enough time to send that double? Unless they double immediately. But then you get a kick out to Dylan. They can really hurt you from anywhere.
Is there enough time for Joseph to complete his back down in 4 seconds? That's what I'm concerned about because he's a methodical player. I'm not sure he's turning and finishing in 4 seconds.
It's not a one-step dribble. It's going to be at least 2 or 3. That's not enough time to pound inside. I think it might be a feed inside to Cody. If Starsnick free, they'll kick it to him. If not, let Cody work. Why not let your captain take the last shot? As they're going to come in here, talking things over. The personnel is what you expect. Both starters in for both teams. 4 seconds to go. No timeouts left for either team. Checking in is Ragas to Taylor. Taylor to inbound. He might get the ball right back here. Ball coming in. Morrison. This is the backdoor pick. Morrison at the horn. Double overtime, folks. If you wanted more hoops, you got it. This is the second time we've had a game go to double overtime. The first time was earlier tonight. First time it's been in the final. Unbelievable. This game is delivering. Fans in attendance are getting the best of it. Fans on the stream are also getting the best of it. 44-44, fresh 2 minute on the clock. Neither team happy. Both teams get a timeout back. Trophy is still on the line. We're going to take a quick break. I'm not going to give you the mic mid-game, Hank. What do you have to say, though?
You know, headed into our second OT, I could just tell you, this game is coming down to whoever wants it more. And the Classics want this so badly, there's nothing going to stop us.
You heard it here first from Hank Schaff, who has been watching the game from the bottom of the baseline for most of it. His minutes were productive. Schaff, though, gives good minutes when he can. I don't think he's going to check in here, as we mentioned, but with 2 minutes to go, we're going to see the starters gas out for both sides. You got the live show right here. I appreciate that love. That's not bad. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Rurik Rumnahan. Oh, I don't know what my new one is. I don't remember. Oh, it's Bjarki Bjornsson. There you go. I forgot the mic wasn't muted. We got some D&D talk there. I got my DM right in front of me, Max Muller. 2 minutes on the clock, 44 a pop. How's your bottle? Who's got the clutch gene? Checking in here. Matchups are set. It's Starsnick on Ragas, Taylor on Langtat, Morrison on Kober. They're out of the zone look It's in to single coverage. Ragas through contact takes a battering from Morrison. I mean, someone got him. Morrison's not happy. Starznik's not complaining much. Kober with the merchant callouts after Ben Ragas got absolutely hammered on the interior. Ragas shooting 2 at the line. First free throw is up and good. And I'm not going to say anything to the officials in the game, but Ben Ragas is committing a lane violation every time he takes a free throw. He's stepping on the line. Sure. Ragas, second free throw. No good. Kober trying to track it down. Cody comes away with it. 45-44. Splitting the free throws gives the Goats the 1-point lead. They're going with a down screen. Starznik past the Langtack closeout. Starznik trying to keep it, loses it over the backboard. It stayed over the top. Morrison up, no good, as Ragas got tangled up with Cody. I don't know if it went all the way over the backboard or not. It's going to be Classics ball. Morrison working. Starznik downhill, breaks Langtack's ankles, up and good! Dylan Starznik! Unbelievable! Langtack touched earth and Starznik finished the lay. Kober looking for an option. Pivoting up, Kober, front iron, Kober again, up and good! 2-point lead for the Classics. Or pardon me, the Mountain Goats. Classics down by 1. Under a minute now. Over to Morrison. Kober's on him. Joe. Backing down. Eric Langtack caught between a rock and a hard place. Morrison goes all the way. Up and good again. Joe Morrison, too powerful. Too much finesse off the block. 48-47. 46 seconds to go. Kober. Thought about it. Working downhill. Kober. Up and good. The shot making is absolutely fine-tuned here in this double OT period. Both these teams getting very, very tough looks off, but finding the bottom of the net regardless. 37 seconds. The double comes strong. Starznik for 3. Way short, and that's going to be Goats ball with a chance to pad their 1-point lead. 49-48, 31.7 reads 32 on our official game clock in the arena. Kober. Langtack to Kober. Kober backing down. He's going to enter a double team. Langtack finds Ragas. Ragas downhill, up, contact, no good. Morrison with the rebound. Timeout taken with 19 seconds. Shot clock is off. 48-49. Classics down by 1. Classics will have possession coming in out of this timeout. What can they draw up here? Taylor having a conversation with lead official Max Gasser. A lot of options here. We've had this exact scenario about 17 times in this game somehow, where it's a 1-point game, 2-point game, a timeout is called, and they got to get a bucket. Both teams able to do so nicely. Do the Classics have the gall? Do they have the grit? I've said grit probably 500 times in this stream, but it really is the word of this final. So much power and physicality, yet so much finesse and skill. This really is the best of the best we have to offer. This Classics team is dialed in. This Goats team finding their way. Goats up by 1 in what has been a very, very tough matchup. Plenty of missed foul calls. Refs will say let him play. I tend to agree with the sentiment, but it just makes this game even more fiery, even more electric, even more emotional. It's right. Shot clock's off. It's good. It's good. No clock, no shot clock. All right, we got dialed in here. Morrison, they're going to bleed some clock here. They want to wait for the last shot. It's a risky maneuver, but one that could pay off in a major way. Kober all the way wrapped around Morrison's back. Up top for Taylor. Under 10 seconds to go. Ragas sitting down in his stance. It all comes down to this. Cody backing down, spinning. Morrison for the win. Yes! Joe Morrison at the death! You can't believe what you've just seen. Joe Morrison, Ice Water, wins it for the Classics. There's 1 second left in the clock. It would take an absolute miracle, but Joe Morrison with the mid-range bucket may have just sealed the deal. Cody did not know they were down. I cannot believe that. The best game manager didn't know what the game was doing. It worked out for him. Morrison made the shot. With 1 second to go, there's only time for a catch and shoot. Who's going to get it? It's got to be Ragas. Ragas is going to inbound. I think Cobra should be the one to inbound, to be frank. Only time for one shot. I really think it should be Cobra inbounding. Let the jump shooters take over. Langtat. Ball comes in. Cobra working free. They need to get it in quick. Cobra at the horn. Blocked by Taylor. Classics are your champions. Don't let the slow count finish you off. Morrison wins it in emphatic fashion. Double OT. You don't get to see games like this often. Wow, folks. That was an instant all-timer, a classic, the best championship game we've ever seen by far. Wow. That is absolutely ludicrous. Morrison, the game winner. There were doubts in the draft process. They had a 1-3 record coming into this game, coming into this playoffs, but they won out as the third seed in their division. Took down the downpour in the quarterfinal, then came in and took down the Rooks in the semi. Walked into the championship, winning a double overtime, showed how much they wanted it, and Joe Morrison walks it off in front of home court. It doesn't get better than that, folks. Best game we've ever seen. That was just unbelievable. Thanks for sticking with us live in person from the booth. We're going to get a trophy presentation briefly. We'll be right back with the action. Wow, folks.
Holy mackerel! Holy moly, what a game! What a game! Holy moly! Hey, I'm here with the champions. I'm here with the champions, the Classics. Dylan Sarsik, you got hot down the stretch. Made some big shots for the team. Made some good passes down the stretch. Ultimately, how does it feel to be a champion again this year?
Are you done? It feels amazing to be back up here on the podium with the squad, back on the Classics. You know, there's no better feeling. Just can't wait for a nice Moeller time in the parking lot.
I need a Moeller time so badly. Big Joe, you got your justice. Finally, Big Joe got his justice. Made that shot down the stretch. When you got that ball, were you just thinking, got to put a shot up, need to put a shot up? Or were you just thinking, you know what, whatever happens, happens?
I was thinking win the game, man.
Yes, sir.
I saw the shot open. I'm not turning that down ever. You know, it felt great off the hand, and it felt even better when it went in.
Absolutely. How does it feel to be a backyard Classic champion?
You know, we went from the top seed last year to the first team out at like 8:30 in the morning. We started 1-3 and we won the last 4 in a row. It feels amazing, man.
Absolutely,
No better
brother.
feeling. No better
Welcome
feeling.
to the winner's circle. Congratulations. Cody Taylor, we talked about it. Obviously, you know, family legacy. But I think tonight you definitely established yourself as your own entity, right? We now have your brother, and now we have Cody Taylor. They are no longer together. They are separate things. How does that feel to finally assert your dominance in the class?
It feels great. So long we've been compared, and since I'm the younger one, it's often me in his shadow, which is cool. He has a big shadow because that's a big man right there who's done a lot of big things. And I really I appreciate my brother, and I respect the things he's done. But I'm glad to get my own summer Classic championship. I already have a winter one. I'm happy to get a summer one because this one feels a lot sweeter.
Absolutely, brother. We got to commission that and call it an art piece.
Yes, sir.
Brother.
Appreciate
Love that. Love that.
Let me start this off, Kyle. You are interviewing the first guy in Summer Classic history to win back-to-back championships. Never been done. Never been done. 5 years we've been playing this thing, and no one has ever won it back-to-back. And Need Mo Minutes just made it happen. And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for my teammates. They let me play my role so well because they were electric on the court. I knew my role. They were great. They were instrumental in our victory, and I wouldn't be here without them. And this is a great team win, just like last year. Back-to-back champs, never been done. I look forward to going back to back to back.
I'm pretty sure though, real quick, if Maddie was able to pan over to the bench over there, you'd see your like print in the bench from sitting on there. I was gonna ask, maybe didn't get as many minutes as you wanted. But
I know. I didn't need more minutes. I didn't need more minutes because if you watch me play, look at my plus minus when I was on the fucking court, Kyle. Look at my plus minus. Sorry. I'm sorry.
family friend.
Yeah, family friendly. I apologize. Look at my plus minus. When I was on the court, my team only went up.
Absolutely.
I was not a liability. People call me weak for being the last overall pick. 24 right here. 24th overall pick. And
Congratulations.
guys taking home the ship.
Love it. Hey, we're going to go ahead and call in Commissioner Alt real quick to present the championship trophy.
It is my distinct pleasure to announce that the Classics are the 2024 Backyard Summer Classic champions. Classics, come get your trophy.
No, you hit the shot.